guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a what's new at the drugstore video for you all. I have bought so much new stuff at the drugstore. Pretty much every brand has come out with new things and they all look super exciting. So I went a little crazy. Plus I want to do a little bit more drugstore videos for you guys on my channel this year. So I wanted to have a good collection of items to use, and I know everyone and their mother is doing these videos right now, but I'm going to try and tell you guys some of the things that I've used and that I really like, and some of the things that I don't like, and like some things I still haven't used yet, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys everything. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. Also, this is going to be a two-part video because I have so much stuff to show you guys. So I'm going to be doing part 1 right now, and then I will film part 2 and have that up in a couple days after. So let's get started. Alright, the first thing I'm going to talk about is liquid lipsticks. So Jordana has a few new liquid lipsticks on the market. I don't know if this is a totally new thing for them or if they just have new colors, but I purchased 4 of them. So the first one is called Buttercream Frosting, and here it is swatched. This one is a peachy pink nude. I also got the color Creme Brulee, which this one is more of like your pink nude, everyday kind of color right there. I also picked up Strawberry Sundae, which is a coral pink. And then I decided to go for a more darker berry color, and this one is Currant Jam. Here's Currant Jam right there. So those are the 4 that I picked up. I will say these smell a lot like the Kylie liquid lipsticks. They have that like weird like chapstick kind of smell to them, but really sweet. And they are pretty dry in the lips. They're not like super comfortable by any means. They do dry down very quickly, but I feel like they almost aren't super opaque as they dry down. So they're not like the best liquid lipstick ever. I know they're like super cheap at the drugstore, but it's just not really my favorite. But I am glad that the drugstore is getting some, but I'm just kind of over the super dry liquid lipsticks at this point. I think that was kind of like a trend last year, but this year I'm just like not feeling it. But I did get a few other ones to try from Wet n Wild. Have some new colors of their Catsuit liquid lipstick, and I'm wearing one of them right now, and it is drying, but it's not like flaky. I do like these a little bit better than the Jordana. This one is in the shade Nudie Patootie, and these have a much more like moussier formula when you put them on. This one is like super nude, but it's actually really nice and pretty on the lips. The one I have on is called Rebel Rose, right there. And then the last one I picked up is Pink Really Hard. And this one is like super bright. It's like Barbie colored. But those are all my liquid lipsticks. I do like the Wet n Wild better than the Jordana, but they're still drying, but they're okay. They're pretty good for a drugstore liquid lipstick. Also from Jordana, I did get these new Sculpting Glow sticks. So this is the Creamy Contour Stick, and this I actually really like. I did use it the other day, and it actually blended out really nice, and it's a really nice color. I'm not sure if they do have more shades. I think they have more shades. I'm in the lightest shade, but that's like a perfect contour. So really liking this. And then the highlight is also really gorgeous. And this one's also a cream. So there is a swatch right there. So really love those right now as well. Those are pretty good, and Jordana is relatively inexpensive. And then I have a couple products from Neutrogena. They have their new Hydro Boost line that's out right now. I picked up the hydrating tint from them, and also the Hydro Boost hydrating concealer. The concealer is something I would use more for like blemishes or any spots I want to conceal, but under the eyes it's a mess. It's streaky, it will fade off, and it's definitely going to crease. So I would just use this on like pimples. It's nice because it's a moisturizing concealer, so it's not going to be cakey on your skin. But I just feel like it's not very much coverage, so I don't know if I personally would recommend it. And for the hydrating tint, this is just like it sounds. It's a tint, very light coverage. I do like it though. I felt like it made my skin look nice. It just looked like normal skin. It's definitely something that you're going to have to use when you're having a good skin day, or if you like a more lighter coverage foundation, or just like a tint to wear when you don't want to put a lot of makeup on. So it's good. I've been wearing it a lot, but it is a little bit too dark for me. I wish they had like one shade lighter. It'd be perfect. The applicator is one of those like thick wands. so kind of like the Clinique, but you guys can tell from on my skin already, you can see through that. So it's not very much coverage at all. It's just very, very light. But it's super moisturizing and just more of a tint foundation. Next, I'm going to talk about some new Milani products. The first one I got, this one is the Candlelight Spotlight Face and Eye Strobe Palette. So I guess you're supposed to use this for multiple uses, but I just thought it was pretty because it had a few different colors in it. But now I'm like, I know this is stupid, but I'm just like, why did I buy this? Because like this bronze is going to run into both of those colors, and this is just way too dark for me. So it's kind of going to mess up the whole palette for me because this is like definitely only something I could use on my eyes. But this highlight is really nice and light. I think it's pretty, but I don't know. I just don't think I'll get a lot of use out of this product. So those are the three swatched on the bottom: blush, bronzer, and highlight. Just not something I'm probably going to gravitate towards, but if this looks like it'd pique your interest, definitely try it, but it's not something I'd personally recommend just because I don't like when they have darker colors mixed in with light colors. It's going to get mixed together. Now these from Milani I would definitely pick up if you guys are looking for a drugstore highlighter. These are fantastic. So I have the Milani Strobe Light Instant Glow Powders. I have 01 Afterglow and 02 Day Glow. This one's a little bit too dark for me. I don't think I'll be able to wear this one. So if you guys are medium skin though, this will look really good on you. It's just a little bit too dark. One I love though. I wore this a little bit this morning. I have it layered with another highlighter, but this is very vibrant, gorgeous. It is kind of hard to pick up product, so you guys have to like swipe your brush pretty hard in there if you want a dramatic highlight, but this is so gorgeous. So that one's down here, really pretty. This one is my favorite, and I would recommend if you have the same skin tone as me. I also got their Retouch Plus Erase Light Lifting Concealer. This I really like as well. I got a bunch of drugstore concealers, and this has been my favorite. It has a cushion tip, but I just apply it right underneath here, and I just blend it with my finger instead of the cushion, and it does a really good job. I have it on under my eyes today, and I feel like it hasn't creased at all. It is a little bit of a medium consistency. It's not like super full coverage, but it does the job, and I really like this for the drugstore, and I would definitely recommend it. And then I also got their primer. This is the Prime Shield Face Primer, mattifying plus pore minimizing, and I did use this today, and at first I was really turned off by it because it just felt almost greasy on my skin. So it's a silicone primer, and when I use it on my hand, like it just feels like I don't like it. It just feels like slimy and greasy, and I don't really like that in a primer. So unfortunately, if you have oily skin, I wouldn't recommend this. And that's everything I think from Milani. So definitely some good products in there. And then I'm going to talk about Physicians Formula because they have a ton of stuff out right now. And I didn't get everything. I just got a few things that looked really interesting. So I'm going to talk about their primer now. So this is the Insta Ready Face Primer, and this has actually SPF in it. So I thought that was really interesting. But I'm going to show you guys here. I'm going to I'm going to put a little bit on my arm. It's a silicone primer as well. But the thing I don't like about this is it's chunky. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the chunks when I blend this out, but it's chunky. And I don't really want chunks on my face. But I guess you can kind of blend them out to get the feel that you want, but it just starts off chunky and then it kind of feels more smooth after. So I don't know, I'll have to try it on my face and see how that works. And then I did pick up their Insta Ready Concealer. This is their full coverage concealer corrector, and you guys, what does this look like? What does this concealer look like? This looks like the MAC Pro Longwear, doesn't it? And I feel like it's almost like a dupe for the MAC Pro Longwear because the same bottle, I feel like it's the same texture, and I feel like they're both really nice full coverage concealers. So I think they're pretty similar. I don't personally like this one just because it's like super full. I don't really like super full coverage underneath my eyes. I think it's too heavy. But if you guys like MAC Pro Longwear, you guys will probably really like this. So like it comes out, you kind of get a lot at first, but as you can see, it's pretty full coverage. Like I can cover that swatch. It's pretty good. So If you guys like the MAC Pro Longwear, you'll definitely like this. Next, I have a couple sculpting palettes and highlighting palettes to show you guys. So Physicians Formula has their new matte sculpting palette out on the market right now. I was really excited to try this. Don't like the packaging though. I wish this opened further out because it's just hard to maneuver, because if I try to pull this down, this thing like flops over. And it's just a little bit hard to work with for me. Here's the 3 of them swatched. The top one's a little bit too orange, too warm for me, but I love that middle cool tone right there. That's perfect for sculpting out the cheekbones, and then this I could use to set my under eyes. I have it on right now, and I feel like it does a pretty good job. I just feel like it's a little bit patchy, so I don't love this as much as I love my butter bronzer. I feel like the butter bronzer is a lot better because this just looks a little patchy on me, but it does come with a really nice contouring brush as well, if you guys are wondering. This is a decent palette. I just kind of want to use it more and figure out the best way to use it. Also have their shimmer strobing palette here, and this I thought was really interesting because it has like this super pearlescent highlight here on the right, and this reminds me of Becca Pearl, but this is like chunky. So can you guys see the chunkiness? It's very chunky, powdery highlight, but it's pretty vibrant. Like, that's going to be a standout. And then I have this nice like golden champagne, which looks like champagne pop. So maybe we have some Becca dupes here. So there is that golden shade there. And then we have this really random, like almost like a bronzy auburn shade, which is like so random in a highlighting palette, but maybe that's kind of like Becca's rose gold. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of like a Becca dupe, but yeah, that's kind of how that looks. I haven't really used this on my face yet. I've just been like swatching it, and I still need to play with it, but because I bought so many like highlighting stuff, but this looks like it's pretty promising. And then the most exciting thing that I got from Physicians Formula, these are the butter blushes. If you guys have heard of the butter bronzer, I'm obsessed with it, but it has like this like coconut tropical island smell, and this smells the same, and they feel the same texture. I just love it. They're so soft and blendable. So these are very light shades, by the way, so these are going to be geared more towards fair skin. So if you guys have medium to deep skin, these probably aren't even going to show up, but they do work for me. This first one I'm obsessed with. This is Plum Rose, and here is a swatch of it. It's just a really pretty neutral, like almost like not even there, just gonna be an everyday blush for me. I love that. And then also we have the Natural Glow, which this could almost be a highlighter, to be honest. It's super light, but it has a lot of shimmer to it. So there's a Natural Glow on top. So yes, that's the butter blushes. Really like those for myself, but hopefully they'll make some more shades to fit more skin tones, because they're honestly such a good formula. And then I'm going to show you guys a few things from NYX, and then we'll be almost done here. So NYX has some new stuff out. I picked up their Total Control Drop Foundation. This is kind of reminds me of the custom cover drops from Cover FX, but this is like just a drop foundations. You're supposed to use like 3 drops to get full coverage. I tried it out yesterday and it was okay, but I definitely want to give it a couple more tries. This is in the shade 03 Porcelain. And then I was super excited to find these. These are the NYX Duochromatic Illuminating Powders. So gorgeous. You guys know duochrome highlights are so on trend right now. And I mean, for such a trendy item, you don't want to spend a ton of money on like a high-end holographic highlighter. But these are cheap and they do the job. So this is Twilight Tint right here. This one has an undertone of almost a blue. And then this one I have on my cheeks right now. This one is Lavender Steel. And it's almost like a pinky iridescence. And then the last one I got is called Snow Rose. And this one is supposed to be like a, kind of like a yellow with a pink undertone. But I'm obsessed with all these, and I think these are all going to look really good on my skin. And yes, I'm so glad they made an affordable duochrome highlighter. And then lastly, I have a couple random things that I picked up at the drugstore as well. So the first thing I got was a nail polish, and this is by Sally Hansen. This one is the Color Therapy line. These are brand new, but I was so drawn to this color. I loved like nudes and interesting like grays, but this one is called Steely Serene. And you guys, I'm obsessed with this formula. I really want to buy some more. They have argan oil in them, so they're more of like a moisturizing nail polish, but honestly, I just love the brush of it. Like, it really coats my nails so easily. It's a pretty big brush, like nice and long. It's nice and wide, so it can really get your nail pretty easily without having to do a ton of strokes. So I definitely want to get some more of these. And then lastly, I pick up some new makeup wipes from Yes2. These are the new Calm and Soothe with Primrose Oil. These are for sensitive skin and they're moisturizing. And I've been using these to take off my swatches and they do work really good. So I would definitely recommend them. I obviously forgot to use this $1 off because I should have used it on this, but I'm just going to have to go back and get more because these are really good. And this comes with 30 wipes. That is going to be it for today's video and part 1 of my drugstore haul. Hope you guys enjoyed it and definitely stay tuned for part 2. I have a ton more stuff to show you guys. I just went absolutely insane, but I love it so much. Let me know down below if you guys have tried any new products at the drugstore and what's been your favorite, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye guys.